Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
Saying goodbye to the victims of the 4th of July shooting in Highland Park. How family members want their loved ones remembered, and positive news tonight about one of the youngest surviving victims. Plus, a lot of laughter filling Walker Park today with comedians and musicians taking the stage. What Fringe Fest is all about. Plus, it's Byron's Day in the spotlight as thousands flock to the city for its annual festival. Today's attractions and the schedule of events for tomorrow. Good evening, I'm Marissa Lessner. Thanks for joining us tonight. The final farewells to the victims of the mass shooting at the July 4th parade in Highland Park as the community gathering for the first funerals for those who lost their lives. Elwin Lopez has more.
A devastated community now saying their goodbyes to the 7 victims of the shooting rampage at the July 4th parade in Highland Park, Illinois. On Saturday, a memorial was held for 69-year-old Eduardo Ubaldo, who loved attending the parade each year with his family.
He was just the perfect father, perfect grandfather, perfect great-grandfather.
On Friday, friends and family gathered to remember Nicolás Toledo, a dual citizen. He would travel from Mexico to spend summers with his family. And Steve Strauss, who at 88 years old, was still working.
But today I want to remember not the way my dad died, but rather how he lived. And I'm thrilled to say that I have so many fond memories of my dad, too many to list.
Leah Sondheim spoke of her mother, Jackie Sondheim, a 63-year-old former preschool teacher.
I'm overwhelmed with such profound sadness that she won't be holding my hand during all the important things I have yet to complete.
Some of those who survived the attack now faced with a difficult recovery, including 8-year-old Cooper Roberts, paralyzed from the waist down but awake and off a ventilator. His mother also shot, his twin brother wounded by shrapnel, and 2-year-old Aiden McCarthy, both his parents killed. His family now consulting mental health professionals for advice on how to tell him his parents are gone. The alleged shooter facing 7 counts of first-degree murder. Authorities say the suspect could face dozens of additional charges, 1 for each bullet fired and 1 for each person injured. He is due back in court July 28th. Elwin Lopez, ABC News.
COVID-19 cases are rising again across Illinois as hospitals admit patients at the highest rate since February. The state's Department of Public Health reports more than 1,300 people hospitalized with the virus. That's more than double the number from mid-April. At least 149 of the latest patients are in ICU. That's the most since the first week of March. And in response to rising cases, the CDC urges Americans to put those masks back on. It reports 32% of the population should be wearing masks while indoors. Nearly 32% should be considering the measure based on individual risk. Data from Johns Hopkins University shows most states are seeing increasing infections. Despite this trend, though, a survey from Pew Research Center suggests fewer Americans consider the virus to be a major threat. A hearse carrying the body of Shinzo Abe arrived at his home in Tokyo today. The former Japanese prime minister was assassinated while delivering a campaign speech yesterday. The autopsy showed he suffered major artery damage that caused massive bleeding. Police say the shooter was a Navy veteran who used a homemade gun to carry out that attack. Shootings are rare in Japan because the country has some of the strictest gun control laws. It recorded just 10 shootings in 2021. President Biden offered his condolences. Well, back here at home, Walker Park was home to Fringe Festival today. It's an outdoor celebration of theater and performing arts. The event started at noon today and just wrapped up at 6. It was hosted by comedian Rebecca Ann Carver. The opening act featured comedy songmaker Robbie Ellis. Artists at the event performed anything ranging from short plays to dances and music. Carver says people in the Forest City are happy it's here.
There was someone that actually came up to me and they're like, I'm really happy that this is happening in Rockford. I told them, I was like, you should tell the city council because they're the one that did this.
The event was free to attend. An area sheriff's department gets extra funding thanks to car enthusiasts. The 31st annual Hip Reaper Memorial Car Show held at the United Church of Byron benefits the Ogle County K9 unit. One of the police dogs was there today demonstrating its skills, but the big attraction, of course, was all of the cars. More than 200 old, new, and unique vehicles were on display, including a motorized picnic table.
All car people are families. It's just like a get-together, like a picnic, and it's just great camaraderie for everybody to get together.
Reber says this was a record year for the number of cars taking part. The car show was started by his father back in 1992. The event was free to attend. And all of those cars were invited to be in the Byron Fest parade this afternoon as the people of Byron lined the streets. The parade started at 3 on Maple and 2nd Street and ended on Market and 3rd Street. Tractors, fire engines, and local groups marched through the streets, waving and throwing candy to the people watching the parade. The cost was nothing to be in the parade. All you had to do was just submit an application. Parade goers say this is a big day for the community.
It's just a big day for Byron. A lot of people come to see our city, and we've had a lot of people move here because of the parade and just seeing what we have to offer for Byron Fest.
Byron Fest continues tomorrow with a quilt show and a magician, plus more food and fun at the Midway. Well, who wouldn't want to stay at a 0-star hotel? You're looking at one right here. It's located in Switzerland and, as you can see, has no walls or no bathroom, but that's okay because it's conveniently located on the same property as a service station. No roof means you're out of luck if it's raining or snowing. On a mild day, though, you should be just fine. There is a point to all of this, though. It's designed to keep people awake, to pay more attention to the world and the environment around them. Welcome back. The Rock River is full of history, but one tidbit that many don't know is its connection to the Civil War. Nicole Delgado was at a Civil War reenactment at Midway Village today and tells us more about Camp Fuller Muster.
Marissa, the Midway Village is pulling us back into time of 1862, where people are reenacting soldiers and civilians at Camp Fuller Muster. Actors say it's the perfect way to teach people about Rockford's history.
I started my first reenactment here 35 years ago in this very spot.
Saturday, the Midway Village Museum hosted Camp Fuller Muster, where Larry Werline is reenacting Major General Ulysses S. Grant. He says doing reenactments of history where people can touch it, taste it, smell it, and feel it is how we keep history alive, rather than just reading about it.
And there's no better way teaching history than a first-person living historian.
The Midway Village has multiple reenactment events like World War I and II, but this is the first year they are focusing on the Civil War. Camp Fuller. It was an infantry training camp in Rockford from July 1862 to January 1863.
Many people don't realize we had our own Civil War camp here. It was along the banks of the Rock River, basically in the neighborhood that is Churchill's Grove.
There were over 60 people in costume, reenacting civilians, soldiers, and more, bringing to life history and knowledge to what it was like at Camp Fuller. Executive Director at Midway Village, Patrick O'Keefe, tells me this is a great opportunity to educate our community and how our city of Rockford impacted the Civil War.
So really a fun way to look specifically at Rockford's history and its involvement in the Civil War.
Larry tells me his goal is to educate people through his passion of reenacting history.
Here's an opportunity to emerge in a different time period and learn why we were shooting at each other and why we shouldn't do that again.
The Midway Village will be doing more historic reenactments for those dates. Find this story on mystateline.com. Marissa?
All right, thanks, Nicole. We'll take a look at this. The newest student at a Southern Illinois school is a real pig. This little pig ran hog wild through the Mount Vernon Township High School on Thursday. It took up residence on the grounds and evaded all attempts to pen it in. Even animal control was unable to bring home the bacon. Officials say the passing porker was last seen in a bean field next to the school.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Well, plenty of sunshine and clear skies were evident today after the rain showers and a little bit more cloud cover earlier on yesterday. A beautiful picture out there to kick off our weekend, or at least on Saturday. Lots of sunshine, temperatures made it up into the 80s, a perfect day to get out. That's the case here on satellite as well. We're looking very clear, not really anything going on right now, just a little bit of cloud cover just that moved through toward the west and northwest parts of the viewing area. Not really anything outside of that as our temperatures made it up into the 80s for the afternoon. This northwest flow, northeast flow I should say, actually kept us a little bit cooler than we otherwise would have been. If we had a southerly flow, we would have transported some of this warmer air across the plains up into our area, but we actually saw a little bit of the opposite, so we had cooler air that was transported around to here. That kept our temperatures into the lower 80s and upper 70s. That's where we remain right now. We're at 80 degrees in Rockford, 77 in Rochelle, 75 in DeKalb, 84 in Janesville, a little bit warmer up there right now this afternoon, this evening. Temperatures, though, through the rest of tonight will continue to fall just a little bit back down into the 60s overnight tonight. This is a perfect opportunity to download the First Warn weather app for your forecasts on the go, as well as it will give you alerts for any severe weather or anything else that might be moving through. But your forecast on the go looks like this. We have temperatures that fall back down into the 60s overnight tonight, even into the 50s by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. Maybe an opportunity to open up the windows as temperatures fall down into the 50s before the sun comes back up tomorrow morning. We officially fall to 55 degrees at the Rockford Airport underneath those clearer skies. A little bit of a cooler night continuing with that northwest flow becoming a little bit more calm into the evening as well. We are quick to return though into the 80s for the afternoon tomorrow, back up to 85 degrees for the afternoon. Lots of sunshine once again. We get a little bit more cloud cover into the afternoon. Once again though, our humidity levels stay a little bit lower as dew points remain in the 50s and 60s, similar to what we had today. So we time this out, the futurecast here, plenty of clear skies through the rest of this evening and into the day tomorrow. Just a couple of clouds moving through as we get into the afternoon tomorrow. Then we do have a cold front that comes through late Monday into Tuesday. That gives us a little bit more cloud cover for the afternoon. That cold front, though, does eventually clear us out. The Futurecast doesn't really show anything as far as rain just yet, but I do think that we could see a couple of isolated showers, maybe a couple of storms Monday afternoon through the evening, potentially into the late evening as well. With that cold front, though, that does clear us back out after our temperatures get up into the upper 80s. With that cold front, the Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk, a level 1 out of 5, for a good portion of the state line, so something we still need to keep a little bit more weather aware as we get into Monday and Monday afternoon. Then, though, our temperatures continue to increase throughout the rest of this weekend, but that cold front does bring us back down into the back half of the week. We're down into the low 80s, just right around where we should be for this time of year. Officially 84 degrees is our average. But we remain a little bit warmer. The Climate Prediction Center does have us the next 6 to 10 days. That's the 15th through the 19th. A little bit warmer here for the next couple of days because we are underneath that where we could potentially see a little bit above average, or at least favoring above average temperatures, but below average precipitation. We're remaining a little bit under a drier pattern, and notice the drought conditions that we are still under, worsening over the last couple of weeks, continue to develop and maybe worsening a little bit more with the drier pattern we are in. We do have a couple chances for rain here this week, 85 for Sunday, 88 for Monday. We remain though into the 80s, not really many chances for rain until we get into next week.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
The White Sox were in action today for Game 3 with the Tigers. Detroit secured their 6th straight win last night, and the White Sox were looking to end that streak today. And that they did. 3-0 swing here from Gavin Sheets into left center, and he takes it home. White Sox lead 3-0. Second inning, Jose Abreu on line to right field. Castro can't make the catch. Vaughn crosses home plate. And so does Luis Robert. White Sox up now by 6. And what a day for Johnny Cueto. He was absolutely locked in the 5th inning. White Sox still lead 6-0. A swing and a miss. He strikes out Jonathan Shoup and sits down Spencer Torkelson. Talk about a shutout and a momentum shift. White Sox down the Tigers 8-0. The Cubs with another late start tonight at Dodger Stadium, coming off of another tough loss last night. Dodgers now have won 8 straight. Marcus Stroman will make his first start tonight in over a month after being out with shoulder inflammation. First pitch is at 9:10. Duncan Keith is hanging up the skates after 17 years in the NHL. The former Blackhawks defenseman finishes his career as a 3-time Stanley Cup champion and 2-time Norris Trophy winner. Duncan has 1 year remaining in his contract with the Oilers, but has opted to retire instead. Now Chicago is dealing with salary cap implications for both this season and next. The penalty will result in just a little over $7 million the Hawks have to pay back. It was number 2 ranked Hans Jabeur and Elena Rybinka in the women's finals today at Wimbledon. Jabeur won the first set, but that would be it. Later in the third set, match point Rybinka with the serve, and Jabeur's return is out. Elena Rybinka wins the Wimbledon championship and becomes the youngest champion since 2011 at the age of 23.
It's a fairy tale, and as I said, it's difficult to describe now how I feel, but for sure I'm going to remember these 2 weeks, especially today, forever.
The men's Wimbledon final is tomorrow between Novak Djokovic and Nick Kyrgios. That match begins at 8 a.m. Will the feud between the PGA Tour and LIV Golf ever come to an end? I'd say probably not. The latest news comes ahead of the 150th Open Championship next week, put on by the R&A. The R&A announced today they will not be inviting LIV CEO Greg Norman to the event's celebration next week at St. Andrews. Norman is a 2-time Open Championship winner in 1986 and 1993. Their reasoning behind this decision stated that the 150th Open is an important milestone for golf, and they want to make sure the focus remains there, and they don't believe that would be the case if Norman attends. And in some local golf news, the Winnebago County Amateur is underway at Mctown Golf Course in Rockton. Here's where the leaderboard stands after round 1. TJ Baker leading the pack with a 2 under 69 today. Then quite a few names in that 1 under position: Matt Marinero, Justin Christensen, Robert Doffelmeyer, and Jake Goosey. Round 2 kicks off tomorrow bright and early at 6:50 a.m.
Well, it was a beautiful day to get outside, maybe enjoy Byron Fest or some of the other activities that we're going outside, and it looks like tomorrow's going to be just as nice. Yeah,
I think we're going to be actually seeing a little bit warmer temperatures than what we had today, but definitely hanging on to those clearer skies there on the First Warn Interactive Radar from Rockford Auto Glass and more. Those sunnier conditions continue here through the rest of the evening tonight. Clear skies overnight do drop our temperatures back down into the 50s, a little bit cooler. Our next chance for rain doesn't come until Monday with the cold front passing. Slight chances on Tuesday, Wednesday. We hang into the 80s all the way into next week.
Gonna do it for us. Have a great night.